What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another episode of Old School Wednesdays. And guys, we're going old. These are probably some of the first two sets I've ever owned. I think my parents bought me them at the end of retirement because they're all the way back from 1994. But the two sets we're taking a look at is the Saucer Scout. That set 6835, had one minifig, 47 pieces, retailed for $4 US, and it came out in 1994. Now nowadays it's going for 49 new or 8 used. We'll also be taking a look at, which may be my favorite smaller LEGO set of all time. It's the Recon robot. That's set 6889, had one minifig, 135 pieces, retailed for 12 US, and it as well came out in 1994. Nowadays it's going for 83 new or 18 used. And I just have so much nostalgia for these sets. I remember playing with them as a little dude, a lot of good things to say about them. But anyways, enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start us off, we're actually going to take a look at the little saucer. So we'll give you guys a 360 view of this. Nice looking little model. Very nice looking little printed piece on the front of it, as you guys can see. And what I loved about this little cockpit, you can open her up, and there's the minifig. Now, what I really appreciated about this set, though, is a lot of times 90 sets had gaps. There's no, like, gaps, meaning between the window and the body or the vehicle, there was, like, little holes. There's no little holes in this whatsoever, which I absolutely think is fantastic. I think a set should be like that. I'm not a big fan about gaps. And it's something you saw quite often with older space sets. But then just opening her up again, there's no control panel, nothing like that. That would be maybe a nice little inclusion. Let's take the little minifig out. Nice looking little chair. They bothered to put like different colors to make it like it's a little chair. But yeah, not too much to say about it. It's just a really decent, solid, smaller set. But now let's actually take a look at the robot, and then we'll actually take a look at the two minifigs. Here it is. So guys, I love this set. Look how cool this little robot looks. One thing I will say about it is the pilot's kind of exposed. So if this guy was like fighting someone else, he would not want someone to get to his rear, because he'd basically be dead. But I mean, if they were to include a back area, it would change the entire construction of the model. So I get it. First thing you guys will notice is this awesome looking head, and it does spin back and forth. I love the design on him. I mean, the little eyes, the grill to kind of represent his face, the little antennas, or his mouth I should say, the little antennas on the top. I just think it looks really, really good. It's just a great all in all looking model. The other thing I wanted to mention is these claws actually do work. So you can actually hold a minifig with them, which is actually pretty cool. I did do that a lot as a kid with the Explorines, because that was these two factions were always fighting. These were kind of the bad guys, and the Explorines were the good guys. Other thing I wanted to mention is it's one of those safe pieces, and very nice printing on it. There's no stickers on this, but what the cool thing is about it is they're all kind of powered by these power modules as I open it up. And the little minifig escapes. Just to center in a little bit more on that piece. Very cool looking, but that's kind of the idea behind a lot of these old space sets, is they were powered by power modules. And that idea really gets predominant with the UFO theme, because they were kind of always trying to steal RoboForce's power modules, which is kind of cool. The other thing I wanted to mention is this awesome looking little cockpit. So as you guys can see, another printed piece, and it kind of shows the robot. So it's kind of giving it an overview, giving you an overview of the, the robot itself. The other thing too, I wanted to show you guys, is you can actually see through that window. Not really too easily. But I thought that was a nice inclusion. I mean, who wants to look out a red window? But that's what the Spyrius theme did. They look through red windows, and it is a little bit difficult, but I thought that it has a very 1980s space feel to it. The other thing that's really awesome about this set is you open this back compartment up, and inside there's a little flashlight. So you know what? You got to see. I always made these blasters. They kind of remind me of the 1999 blasters for like stormtroopers and battle droids. Same idea, just throw a stud on there and call her a day. The other thing that's awesome about this set too is great drivability. I remember doing that a lot as a kid. These guys were always invading the good guys. And anyways, that pretty well does the set. Just really good looking model. Let's now take a look at the 2 minifigs that are included in both these sets now. Here we have the 2 minifigs. So this is the one that comes with the Recon robot, and this minifig comes with the saucer. So very nice looking. I love their torso printing. It just looks, I don't know, it has that very 80-esque feel to it. The other thing that's really cool with this minifig is, like the Unitron theme, he actually had a custom helmet print, and I think it looks amazing. I love that. Looks so good. I hope LEGO does more stuff like that. They do it a little bit, I mean, but I think they could do it more. And then very nice looking little face. As you guys can see, he has a little mustache. Looks like he has some growth. He is the commander of these guys, like he's like their leader, which is actually interesting. And then the one minifig on the left, not as creative as the other one. He doesn't have helmet printing, although nice looking face printing, I will say. Centering in on that a little bit more. I like the fact that he has kind of like a visor over the top of his head. You want to call it that? It's kind of like Geordi LaForge from Star Trek, except it doesn't go over his eyes. And then some nice red hair coming through. So just nice looking minifigs all in all. There is no back torso printing, back face printing, none of that. The awesome thing too is they had these oxygen tanks on the back, which kind of makes you think that they should be underwater. However, they are not. These guys use them in space. Anyways, those are the 2 minifigs. Let's now get into the end of the reviews and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, the old space themes were just so fantastic, and Spyrius is not an exception to that rule. I just really like them. I love the detail on them. I love the way this little robot looks. They're so great. Even the little scout saucer, not a huge deal, but I just think with the blue, window, with the red and black, it just looks fantastic. Especially for me, a really nostalgic thing is seeing a yellow visor and a blue window. There's just huge nostalgia for that for me. I don't know what it is. It looks awesome. But let me know what you guys think about these sets, if you like them, if you don't. Any areas you think they can maybe improve on the models. I just think all in all, they're really solid sets, especially for 1994. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, that pretty well does this episode. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future old new sets we do on it. We do one of these basically every Wednesday. Anyways, that's all I got for you again, but thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.